Hey everybody, good happy Wednesday. It's hump day. We're halfway through the week, and this is a secret super special. Okay, it's not a secret, but it is a super special midweek flight. These are not typical for me, but again, I'm making up for Saturday where I could not be here. I had, as you probably would know, I had some stuff going on with my teeth. I had to go to the dentist, and then I could not make up the time. So here I am on a super special midweek edition of Crew Socks Aviator. This week, I decided we go a little bit different because Toliss finally updated for Vulcan. So now we're at X-Plane 11.5 Vulcan, and now this airplane is just fantastic. The frame rates are greatly increased. I'm getting 60, 70 frames sometimes, depending on the weather and what's going on around me. And you might notice there's a little bit of extra stuff around the aircraft today. That's because I went ahead and dove into my pocketbook a little bit. And I grabbed the Jar Design Ground Handling Deluxe Edition, and I picked up the free Jar Design X Life. So I wanted to add a little bit of AI traffic, but not so much that it was like world traffic levels, and I wanted it to be current. I'm not 100% sure on how world traffic works, so that's why I went with X Life and made a happy medium. If I'm being honest, it seems like a happy medium. So I'm really excited to bring you here. We're going from Denver tonight to Las Vegas as United Flight 5132. We are in the medium bus, okay, the A319, and you're looking at the new United livery that you're able to, that you're going to start seeing around airports and such. We are basically almost cold and dark. If I didn't have some sort of electricity going on, we'd be absolutely cold. So we're going to get started by simply opening up my opening up my charts, and we're going to open up for this flight itself. We're going to go to charts. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you'll be able to see. We're going to look for Denver to Las Vegas. That's where we're at. And we're going to go and we're going to run through this real quick. All right, Denver, Las Vegas, flight 5132. We are going via the Connor 7 departure, Werner transition, then direct Zachary, direct Gap for the Site 4 arrival into Las Vegas. We're expecting top of climb to be flight level 380. At that altitude, we're expecting 271 at 52, so wind at the direction of 271 degrees and 52 knots. The temperature is minus 60. I was going to say negative 60, but then my brain didn't do it, and I said negative. Anyway, minus 60. And the flight level change is the same as the top of cruise or top of climb because there is no flight level changing. There's no step climbing. All right. We are extra light because in the light of COVID, well, we just want to be as real as possible. There's about 80 people on board tonight. The zero fuel weight is 50,000.8 or 50.8 kilograms. Our fuel is going to be maximum planned of 6.6. I have not input these figures yet. Okay. When we do take off, we're going to be departing off of runway 34 right. Wind being 070 at 9er, temperature 25, altimeter 2973, and we'll double check that as well. With a dry runway, bleeds on, engine anti-ice off, 1 plus the flats, which are the slats or whatnot, it's takeoff configuration, 1 plus Foxtrot, and a weight of 76.5 kilos. When we do land, right now Vegas is calm, but the TAF not too long ago, for the time we're arriving, called for strong winds out of the southwest. And we're talking 15 gusting 20, 25, which would set us nicely. I think it was 6210, if I'm thinking back correctly on the TAF. And that would put us at a nice arrival into runway 19er. So whether we do the left side or the right side of 19er, we're probably going to hit that. If it stays relatively calm, and I'm not going to have a strong crosswind, we'll go ahead and fly the Site 4 arrival where we would expect to go, which is runway 26 left or runway 26 right. In this case, it's runway 26 left. That's where everyone goes. But anyway, when we land, expecting altimeter 2982, and again, this was pulling current information, not what's going to happen in 2 hour time when we get there. So, take it with a grain of salt. Dry runway, bleeds on. Engine, wing, anti-ice off, ice off, flaps 4, so full flaps for runway 19er left. Again, that's what I'm planning. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when we get exactly what we're thinking here. Okay, very nice, very nice. So we will make sure we're zoomed in there, and we'll go back. Whoa. Okay, or you could do that, or you could do that. That is so frustrating. I just want to move up a little bit. Jeez. Anyway, back to home. All right. Let's go to airports. We're going to get in our KDEN. KDEN for Denver International Airport. We're going to pull up first. We want to pull up the airport information. Second, we want to pull up the arrivals or the departure that we're planning on going on, which happens to be the Connor 7 departure. We'll pull up the Connor 7. We'll take a look at it real quick. Connor 7 departure calls for, if we're heading out north, which we will be, climbing to 5,934, and upon passing that altitude, we can make a left-hand turn, direct phones. After that, we're going to hit Tavern above 12, Vaughn above 14, Tebow above 16, Connor above 17, and direct Werner after that. Give you an idea where we are. We're currently, I think it's Terminal Bravo, but we're expecting to taxi out west here, hit Foxtrot 1 for 3-4 right departure. That's the plan. Alright, so let's put Denver away. Let's get out Las Vegas, and we'll go through the arrival. The interesting thing about Las Vegas is if it does, depending on the weather, we'll check it again while we're en route, just to be absolutely sure. But normally we would come in on this 26 right, 26 left area. But because the winds are so strong out of the southwest over here, I really think we're going to hit 19er left, which would make a better headwind and more stable approach for us, but a little bit longer taxi. So when we do land, we'll expect to exit on Victor and take Whiskey to Golf to Charlie and into the gates. We're actually back here in gate Delta 51, so it's going to be quite a taxi as we leave, guys. Alright, coming back to Las Vegas, we want to go to the arrival page, and again we're, oh man, I'm clicking buttons like nobody's business. Looking for the Site 4 arrival. Remember, we're going to enter via Gap, direct Casino, Zig, Site. If we go runway 19er left, here I am, so here I am. Then we go Luzon, Gramps. Then after Gramps, we're going to end up doing a visual into runway 19er. If the wind stays strong out of the southwest. If it lets up, we're going to go Site, Arvid, Prino, and we're going to go from there where we're going to land on 26 left if it's a stable approach. I don't know what's going to happen yet, so we'll just have to play it by ear. Let's go one more time here. And just so you guys know where we're going for Concourse D, we're going to enter probably See here at C6 or C5. I would say C5. Come all the way up, right hand lane, down to 51. That's where we're parking. So that is our plan, guys. Let's get to it. Again, I don't have anything preloaded, so because I like for you guys to see what we're doing. We'll go back home. We'll go to charts. Connor. Let's come over here. Pop this guy up and slide back over. Alright. Plugins and Toliss. So what did we say? We're expecting. Let me move this real quick. Zero fuel weight of 50.8 with fuel of 6.6. So let's put that in there. 50.8, cool, load. 6.6, load. Awesome. Okay. Technically, we're done for now. Come back over here. We'll click out just for the time being so we can put in our flight plan. Initialization, we're going from Denver, Colorado, Kilo Delta Echo November, to Kilo Lima Alpha Sierra. Flight number is United 5132. Cost index I. Flight level 380. Next. Zero fuel weight is 50.8. And what was our zero fuel weight? Well, we don't know. We'll actually have to go back and double check our ISCS screen. 27 degrees. Zero fuel weight is 27 degrees. Even. Block fuel was 6.6. And we're good there. Going to come into flight plan. Denver, departure. We're going to select 3-4 right. Connor 7. Werner transition. Insert temporary flight plan. After Werner, we're direct Zachary. Zulu Alpha Kilo Romeo Yankee. After Zachary, we hit the arrival. So we'll hit Las Vegas, arrival. And for now, let's plan for RNAV 19 left. Just for now. We'll plan it that way, and if we can we need to change it, we'll change it. Site with how do I want to do the VIA? Come back here to our charts. Oops, not charts. Our airport. Las Vegas. Back. Go to approach. GPS run 9 left. Where do I want to come from? Hammock, Chogman. None of these are good. Let's go Suvi, and then we'll go. We'll get rid of what we need to get rid of. Temporary flight plan. Gap is correct. Top of descent. Casino. Just double check our work here. Casino. Zig. Site. Here I am. Gramps. Okay. Very nice. Let's go with Hammock. I think that's Hammock. Let's delete Suvi. Let's delete manual. Let's delete Gramps. Let's delete Luzon. here I am and here. Here I am. Yeah. Let's delete here I am. And then the discontinuity. What this is going to do is this is going to give me a nice nice heading to intercept at Hamig for the 1/9 left RNAV. That's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to make nice transitions. Go. How are we looking? Casino gap, flight plan discontinuity. Kill that. Insert temporary. Keep going up. Look for another. Okay, we're good. Alright, so that's done. Let's go into our performance page. And here we're going to get out the ISCS again. And we're going to look for 1 Foxtrot. 1 Foxtrot's VR. We're going to go 150, 150, 152. So let's actually make it 147. 150. Just to be sure. 153 to make sure we're not messing anything up. Flaps are 1. Ooh. And it's up 0.05. Not a problem. Flex to temperature is 54. Next phase, I'm not worried about. Not worried about it. Alright. Believe that's all we're going to need. Optimum is 380. We're going to flight level 380, so that's going to be good. Let's see. Fuel prediction is estimating 3.3 kilograms or 3.3 thousand kilograms of fuel on board when we land. And that would be it. That's setting her up. There we go. Cool. All right. Now, let's go back in here, make sure initialization. Okay. I bet I did not. Nope, I didn't turn these yet. Turn, turn, turn. Let's get ourselves sort of going here. Get the APU on. APU bleed on. Align. Yeah, that's fine. Faults are going to go away eventually. Let's turn our beacon on. Let's turn our nav lights on. Let's turn our seatbelt signs. Arm our emergency exit lights. Runway, strobe, wing, nose, and landing can stay off for now. Very nice. I can hear the APU spinning up. Listen. Okay. While we're waiting for all that to get set, let's go ahead and start getting rid of some of the stuff here. Notice they're done loading. There's no more packages going on, so let's go ahead and take care of these. There we go. Get everybody to go. Then we'll come back inside ISCS. We'll go ahead and close everything up. Let's make sure everything is closed. Closed. Door 2 left is already closed, but just to make sure, close. Everything closed. We think we're going to be ready, so let's go ahead and start the pushback.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
And we're actually going to go pretty far out here. We want to be... There we go. That's good for me.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Well, thank you. Okay. So as we're waiting for all that, do we have APU? We should have APU coming in. Come back down to this one. Align the IRS. There we go. This should not take too long. But while we're doing that, we need to double check. And I hate when I have a brain fart. Okay, we were waiting on the tug. Top altitude. That's what I was looking for. We need to check our top altitude for that departure. So Denver's departure is the Connor 7. Top altitude for runway 34 left, 34 right is
Okay,
flight level.
all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Thank you. Is flight level 230. So that's what we'll put in here. So we're just waiting for the IRS to align. Okay. We'll take the control widget and we'll hide everything so we get rid of them so they no longer exist to us.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Can't do it yet, sir. I'm not aligned. I gotta wait. We gotta wait, ladies and gents. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Gotta wait. Alright. If you guys are enjoying the content so far, go ahead and put a like down there. Comment if you don't mind. How many minutes? My goodness. 6 minutes. Comment if you don't mind. I always enjoy constructive comments. Join us in Discord. I'm going to put that link here. You can always come in and chat with me real time instead of having to deal with YouTube's setup. And then here are my specs. The computer I'm running is actually a stream and gaming computer, so I do it all in one. It is a Ryzen 7 3700X processor at 3.6 gigahertz stock. That is attached to an ASUS TUF Gaming X570 plus Wi-Fi. It also has 32 gigabytes of DDR4 Ram at speed of 3200 megahertz. And then the gaming card itself is a Radeon RX 5700 XT, 8 gigabyte and factory overclocked. My hard drive, the operating system, and X-Plane itself are attached to a Western Digital Blue 1 terabyte NVMe solid state drive. And then I have an additional 1 terabyte hard drive disk at 7200 RPM, also Western Digital Blue, that I had lying around the house that now houses most of the ortho scenery that I use. I do not have a full United States yet, which I just don't have the space for it. And so I was very picky on what I wanted to do, what I accepted, and what I did. So that's the computer setup. That's what we've got. If you're not familiar with my channel, or obviously you're new and just kind of coming in here, stage name obviously is Crew Sox Aviator. My first name is Chris. I am a father of 3. I am married. Been married for about 13 years now, almost. We're coming up on it really quick. I'm an avid aviation enthusiast. I have been ever since I was a child. My dad took me to see the Blue Angels in Sanford, Florida, and I was hooked ever since. The following year, he couldn't take me because obviously money was tight, but instead he put us in some lawn chairs up on the roof. Yep, Father of the Year, safety award goes to. He put us in some lawn chairs, and we sat on the roof. And as the Blue Angels would make their turns back towards the airport, you could actually see, they were so low you could basically see their head. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So I could see their helmets, I could see everything about them. Like I could make out facial features. It was just really neat and a really cool perspective that I've obviously I hadn't been exposed to when I was younger, obviously, until that point. And it just sort of stuck with me and ingrained in my brain. So Let's see, Denver METAR as of 23:53 Zulu. So about 30 minutes ago. 23:53 Zulu. It's 030 at 8, still out of the north. Good. 10 statute miles of visibility. Few clouds 10,000. Scattered 16. Broken 24,000. Temperature 24. Altimeter 29er 72. So let's put that in there. 29er 72. Perfect. That says my GPS is lost. Why doesn't it like me? Why? Why? Why don't you like me? Is this going to take another 4 minutes because it doesn't know what it's doing? Probably. Yup. Yup. Okay, we're not doing that. Like, that's so dumb. Who wants to sit on the ground? Like, who wants to sit on the ground for that long? I mean, that's just ridiculous. Where is it at? General settings. Okay, that's fine. Wireless line start required. No, I don't. No. Situation config. Temporary. Where is this at? Great content, right, guys? Great content. Ground services, I don't see it. External power, high pressure, low pressure. Fault scenarios, not going to be on there. Add-ons, not going to be on there. I do have the CFM pack, but I don't have it loaded. Master volume, fine. Doppler effect, K3D fading. Primary joystick, enable joystick, tiller, pedals, design, park brake, F1, throttle reverse. Aider quick line. There we go. Cool deal. Save these settings. Be done with it. GPS primary is good to go. Alright. I was getting really annoyed. I was going to be really frustrated at the fact that I was going to have to wait so long to get started. But let's get pushed back. Let's get started. Let's get moving. We've got everything ready, so we'll release the parking brake. Away goes the jet bridge.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
There we go. Hold on. Did that door stay open? No? Okay. I thought for some reason this L2 door was open, and I was like, oh man, for real? That's believable. But it didn't. We're good. Alright. We've got the GoPro cam, the cockpit. I've got my right engine, my left engine, my right wing, and my left wing view. This is for us to enjoy, guys. Alright, so while we're getting pushed back here, let's go ahead and get our starter switch to start, or ignition switch to start, and we'll do engine number 1, and we'll listen to it start, guys. There she goes. I like it. She sounds so good. Very nice. Come back into the cockpit real quick. Make sure we're good. We're looking for a veil, and we've got it. Perfect. Let's come into engine number 2.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
There she goes. I just like letting you guys listen to the actual starts quiet. That's one of my favorite parts, so that's why I try not to talk. Okay, so he wanted us to set our parking brake so we can disconnect. Not a problem.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
I'm going to come up a little bit. And come forward a little bit. There we go. All right. Our ground spoilers are armed. Our ignition switch can come off. Our flaps can go to takeoff. We are offline today, so 2200, and I'm going to put it to full, PARA. Disconnect, yes please. This hand signal should be on the left. Oh, excuse me, on the right. All right, let's watch him disconnect.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That means a lot. You guys did a fantastic job. All right, one more thing while we're waiting on him. Our trim was supposed to be 0.5, so let's 0.5 up. So that's about 0.5. We'll keep it right there. Okay, there he is on the right-hand side. We're looking for him to be out. Show us the pin. There he is. There he is. Pin in his hand. Very nice. All right, with that being said, we could turn the APU off. We could turn the wing lights on. We're going to turn the strobe on. We're going to turn our taxi lights and our runway turn-off lights on. We are now good to start moving forward, ladies and gents. Look outside just one more time. Clear, left, right, and we're good to go. Let's get moving. Parking brake comes back off. And we'll give it a little bit of power here. While we're getting our taxi out, we'll go ahead and set our auto brake to max because that's required of our takeoff. Notice our takeoff checklist has come available. Basically, our commands. We want to make sure that we are doing all of these things. The flaps are already armed. The flaps are already in takeoff. The spoilers are already armed. Takeoff configuration test has not been completed, but we also don't have the cabin secured yet. So, well, the cabin's secured. We just don't have it set yet. So we're gonna wait until we get closer to the runway threshold before we make the flight attendants and flight stewards sit down and get buckled in. While we're taxiing out, let's go ahead and hit our chrono time. Technically, we could do that at the end of the runway, but I like doing it as early as possible because otherwise I will absolutely forget. So, nice beep. Okay. We're looking for Foxtrot. Foxtrot is up here. What is that anyway? Anybody know what that is? I don't know what that sound is. I've never heard it before. And call me crazy, but I've just never heard it. So if you're familiar with it, let me know. I'll check the chat in just a second. Don't know why it's beeping at me. Why are we going so dang slow, Mr. A319? You're a tiny baby bus. We go faster. We go faster. Right. Next left should be where we turn. Okay, let's go ahead and say cabin secure. Let them know. Very nice. Go to takeoff configuration. Check all green, no amber. We're good to go. No alerts. Alright, here's our taxiway. Foxtrot 1 should be. Yep, Foxtrot 1. That's where we want to be. Make this left-hand turn. Whoa, make it a little sharp. There we go. Alright. And I think we're clear. Double check here real quick. Slide up a little bit. Yep, nobody coming. Nobody coming. So let's turn on our runway lights. Or landing lights. Why do I keep calling them runway lights? This is not the first time I've called them runway lights. Like, they're not runway lights. They're not little lights visible on the runway. It's just a silly thing to say. I don't know why I keep calling them runway lights. I guess because I'm trying to say I'm at the runway, so I turn them on. But it's just not, it's not coming out very intelligent, you ask me. About 40%. Sound good. All the way up to Togo. You notice that windsock was telling us we're on the right runway. It's pretty strong and pointing in our direction, so that's very good. Made a good choice here. We got 140 coming up on V1. V1. Rotate. And we're in the air. I wasn't aware I needed to put it in a flight plan, Mr. X Life. I think I'll go without for now. Alright, I'm above that threshold of 5,900, so we're going to make our left-hand turn. We're going to try to lower our nose just a tad bit, try to gain some more speed. And we're going to go direct... what is it? Foams, that's right. Direct the Foams intersection. Making that turn here. The aircraft is so beautiful. It's so easy to use. 200 knots. I'm going to put the flaps up. Going to do more trim. More trim. There we go. There we go. We'll straighten out here. There we go. We're passing 9,600. We're almost at 250 knots, so we're actually just going to let it roll up. We're just going to let it go past. See, look at that. That was almost perfect. It was almost perfect. Let's level out here. Not level out, but even out our wings here. We're going to go to the FM, I can never remember what they call it. Jeez. Oops, return, direct, Foams, insert. Okay, very nice. We're going to come up here. We're going to increase our attitude. I want that speed just to drop a little bit. I'm going to bring this out, lower it down, and turn on the autopilot. Very nice. Autopilot's going to do the rest of the work that we need her to do. No. She doesn't like that idea. She thinks we should be a lot lower, and I'm not going to do that. So I guess I'm going to hand fly for a little while, guys. Gonna hand fly until I'm allowed to turn on the autopilot and it not try to nosedive on me. Go. Looks like she's gonna be cooperative now. Very nice. We'll put on the autopilot again. She is going to lower herself so she can get to 280, but that'll be fine. We get to climb here. I forgot to do that. Why aren't you guys yelling at me to do these things? We're going to be above 18,000, so we're going to go to standard altimeter. And I guess we'll just now turn off the runway, the taxi lights. See what I mean? The landing lights, the taxi lights can come off. Runway turn-off light can come off. And that'll be good for now. Now let's go ahead and take a look out the window and see what we're climbing over. Oh, there's downtown Denver. Look at that. Now this is ortho. This is ortho scenery. Beautiful. Let's take a look on this side. What do we see? Not that much. But it looks nice. I like the way the sun shines on this. That's so cool. That's really nice. That looks nice. Like, I love this game. Excuse me, simulation. Don't ever call it a game again. Let's check the chat. Alright guys, don't forget, I am here to talk to you, so, let me know what you want to know. What do you want to talk about? I'm more than happy to chat with you. We're going to keep climbing. Flight level 380. Reinitialize our typical climb. I'm going to keep going here. Looks like we got into the soup, which is fun. That was quick and unexpected. But that's okay. Ground spoilers are armed, so let's de-arm them. No seat belts are on, and no smoking is on. Seat belts are going to stay on. We're going over the Rockies. I'm not taking any chances. We're going to keep the seat belts on. No smoking never comes off, so that is what it is, guys. You can't get rid of that one. Alright, let's see how we're doing. We've got... Stop clicking randomly. We are almost a tavern. Then we got Vaughn, Tebow, Connor, and Warner. Grab a drink real quick. A drink of choice tonight? Just Coke. I did debate doing a beer or two. I actually debated filling up my entire thermos, what are those called? Arctic, like the Arctic cooler, Arctic gigantic 34-ounce cups. Anyway, I have one of those. I debated putting vodka, a very sizable amount of vodka, and then my normal Coke, and just sipping on that through the flight. But I figured I would probably down the entire amount over the next hour and a half, and I did not want to be in a position where I made a really crappy landing because I simply could not control myself. So I decided just do Coke, keep it easy, keep it breezy. Let's take a look outside again. Nothing but clouds. But that looks nice. That looks fantastic. That's so nice. It sounds real good, doesn't it? Just listening to the engines. Let's go in front of the wing. That's not as great of a view. I don't like that view as much. I do like that I can see the mountain terrain between the clouds, and that's neat. I do like that. But it's just not as good of a view of the engine as this one is. That one's just so pretty. That's so pretty. But again, this wing view, in my opinion, is not as pretty as that wing view. So, tomato, tomato, right? You pick your poison. Let's go to the GoPro. And that's almost nothing. It's just a little bit of blue sky, and then my clouds. Oh, by the way, that's something we can discuss real quick. I do have Active Sky for X-Plane. I do use Active Sky for X-Plane. I also have X-Vision. It's been a grand total of about $50 to pick up the two of them, and I am very happy with. I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. I have the Vivid preset with X-Vision, and I use Active Sky's cloud rendering. So I like the way the clouds look. I truly do. I think they look really nice. In comparison to default clouds that X-Plane gives you, I think these look really nice. I enjoy flying through them. Look at there, flight level 300. Passing 30,000 feet, that's nice, that's nice. Come back out into our left wing view here. Alright, so we're going to check the weather again. Now that we're climbing, let's go ahead and check the weather one more time. Las Vegas as of 23:56, so the last about 55 minutes ago-ish. 55 minutes ago, this one was reporting 220 at Niner. See? 220 at Niner. 10 statute miles of visibility with a few clouds at 12,000, few clouds at 5,000. See, it used to say it was calm. Let's see, at 14:01:00, which is when are we arriving? I think it said, sorry guys to kill your view. We come to our charts, if we take a look, it says we should arrive in Las Vegas at 0235 Zulu, give or take. So let's say 02, anything after 02, anything for 020. If we go to the TAF, which you guys probably, you're not going to be able to see this, but the TAF is reporting after, before 10 a.m., we're expecting 190.11 gusting 19er. So it's going to be strong wind. It's only going to pick up the longer we go. And then it's not going to calm down really until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, UTC time, which is, about 5 a.m. Central Time and about 3 a.m. Las Vegas time. So I still feel really good. I still feel really good about our runway choice of 19er. I expect to have to do runway 19er. If we get an update and Las Vegas has any kind of gusting at all, it's a definite no-go for the 26s. That's just too unstable, in my opinion. Let's get you some wing views while I'm talking. Because sometimes, see, I'm looking at other screens sometimes and you're not watching that. And all of a sudden I realize you're staring at the same screen of nothing. And I should be switching you and letting you look at some other stuff. But yeah, I do not feel comfortable doing any kind of unstable approach, and I know my own abilities, let's be honest. But we shouldn't be doing 22 knot gusts as almost well, 220 is not too bad, but 190, let's see, 40 degrees versus 20 degrees. So that's what we're looking at. That ortho is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful. Let's get a little bit of music going on here. So here in the next 10 minutes, let's check the weather again and see what the new observation for the next hour is. The new observation should be 0056 Zulu. Remember, you can join my Discord, guys. I got that in the chat. You'll be able to see that. You can join us in Discord. I'll put it down there for you guys real quick. You can join me in Discord. You can chat with me there. It's a little more immediate, if that makes sense. There's no latency there. If you guys would like to know what my specs are, I'll put that here too. Ryzen 7 3700X, 3.6 gigahertz, with an ASUS TUF Gaming X570 Plus Wi-Fi gaming motherboard. 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, 3200 megahertz. Radeon RX 5700 XT, 8 gigabyte overclocked at the factory. And all this is tied into a Western Digital Blue 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. So, very happy with that. I'm very happy with the results that I've gotten. That looks fantastic, to be honest. So happy Wednesday, everybody. How's work going for all of you? Jeez, I have got this coughing fit, man. Hope work's going well. Hope you guys are enjoying your time off. I know some of you kids are already gotten out of school. I know mine are going to be getting out of school here in the next, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. And with the way things are going, they're just sort of saying, as long as the kid is doing something, they're going to pass, no matter what. Because how can you expect a family, like a mother and a father, to truly teach that child the way the teachers do? Teachers don't get enough credit, let's be honest. With 5 minutes of teaching our kids, we're already pulling our hair out. And I already don't have hair to pull out, so I'm just scraping my scalp and making it bleed. So I cannot express how much gratitude I have for teachers and what they do. And this scenery is so beautiful, guys. This is ortho scenery, yep. I did a test flight earlier this week, and I love the fact that this mountainous terrain turns into desert, plateau, and desert mountain. Like, it just, the transition is just so beautiful, and hopefully we don't have a bunch of cloud layers below us keeping us from seeing those changes. It's well worth the sight. Let's check on the right hand side, huh? Nothing but clouds. Oh my goodness. What if I was like, hey guys, we're just gonna sit here for a while? My goodness. Oh man, what am I doing? No one told me. How did I get out of that? Oh, I know what happened. I hate when that happens. I got so busy doing something else that I forgot I needed to take it out at 280. That's embarrassing. Let me get the throttle back to where it needs to be. There we go. Clear the error, clear the issue. And now we'll start climbing again. Hopefully. Why did it not go to 380 before it started doing that? Huh. That's odd. Usually we would be at flight level 380, we'd be at our flight level before we have to worry about that happening. Wow, guys, so it looks like there's going to be a lot of nothing to see. Look at that cloud cover. That is ridiculous. That's stupid cloud cover, to be honest. Look at all the clouds. And look what it's causing my frame rate to be. 35, 36. This bro was getting 60 on the ground. These girls are upsetting me. Look at that. My, that's crazy. You want a dizzy? Get dizzy, guys. Get dizzy. Kid. Gravy, we're coming up on our cruise here. Yeah, the wind isn't too bad. Look at that. 263 at 55. That's not bad at all. So I wonder how work's treating you guys, how school's treating everybody. I wonder if you guys are getting restless now, if you're trying to not go crazy being in your homes all the time. I can definitely understand if you are. I know that we're fighting it in our house alone, but mainly we're fighting the kids being around each other all the time. You know, it's very difficult to be around your brother and your sister all the time. If you have one, if you're a single child, God bless you. You didn't have to deal with any of that. But it's very difficult to be around the same people over and over and over and every day. So I can understand they're quick to get angry with each other. They're quick to get angry with each other. They're quick to sort of give up and not talk through the issue that they're having. And I'm definitely seeing that more so now. And you know, it is what it is. It's going to be difficult for a while, even longer. Everything's looking good, guys. Everything's looking good. Let's come back out. Let's check out the aircraft itself, huh? Beautiful. Not a lot to see right now, unfortunately. There's a bunch of white space because of all the cloud cover. You know, some people don't like this livery. I do. I enjoy the light blue accent. I really do. But just because I like it doesn't mean that I don't think they got lazy. Because they also got lazy. They didn't even, you know, they made it sound like they were going to do some amazing, something brand new and out of the box, but they really didn't do that at all. They made United a little bigger, and they changed the tail color. I like the paint scheme. I do like it. But was it creative? No. You know what the thing is I guess I think of it this way. If I was a corporation and I brought in a think tank to create a nice corporate logo and color scheme, and I didn't want to ruffle feathers or confuse people, there you go. That's it. Boom, done. Change a little bit of the color, get rid of the gold, go back to a light blue where we used to do. Done. You know? There's nothing special about this. Nothing special about it at all. Ooh. I'm going to turn this down for a second. I'm going to get the same music back, but I'm going to remove that because I'm going to remove that and I'm going to add something to it. Because here's the thing, I actually have montage music as a video source. Uh-oh. Am I gonna lose the stream? Did I lose it? No? Okay. Oh my goodness. So there's this giant hiccup where all of a sudden it started, the spinner started going like it was going to close out OBS, and then I was going to have to try to reinitialize the stream, and that's so annoying. But anyway, let's see if we can get it. See if we can do it real quick. Let's do montage music. We'll turn it back down where it was. There we go. And then now on the bottom right hand side, you're able to see who the actual artist is and the song the song title itself. That way everybody's happy, you know, because the thing is, all of these are royalty free, but they need their credit. So I want to make sure that it's up on the screen if we're looking at it. Let's go back inside and see if we can see over into those mountains. Nice. Alright, we're going to have this up. I'm going to keep pasting this every so often, just so we know that we're still talking about it. I kind of want to know who your favorite defunct airline is. Now, that could be for many different reasons. Say you flew on that carrier as your first time on an airplane, and so that's who your loyalty lies with, because your parents took you on an airplane when you were 7, and that's the airline you went with. It could be because you worked for one. It could be because you flew on one out of normal occasion, where you as an adult bought a ticket, and you've done multiple carriers in your lifetime, and you happen to like one in particular. For me, it's paint scheme. And it was never an airline nearby me. They had bases in Memphis, Japan, Minneapolis, Detroit, and they were bought, and their name was Northwest Airlines. Now the red and gray stripe, or what do they call it? Oh shoot! What's that kind of what is that paint that they called it? They called it. It had a very specific name to that paint style. Oh shoot! What was it? I don't remember. Bowling shoe. They called it the bowling shoe paint, the livery, the old one, which was like the red stripe on the top, the gray, and the white bottoms, right? For me, I liked the newer one that came out. The new, I guess you call it new, but the new Northwest livery that had the circle with the triangle, and then it just said, NWA Northwest. And I thought that looked really nice. I love the way that livery looked. And then the fact that the red tail was cut off, so it didn't go all the way down the tail. It made this sharp edge. I just loved it. And the way it looked on Airbus aircraft was just phenomenal. I just really loved that paint scheme. And I continue to do so. So, in fact, we may, that may be a good idea to do a little Northwest flight. But who's your favorite defunct airline, or who's the airline you wish was still around that you could look up and see the paint scheme on? Pan Am? Maybe? What about Florida Air? Heck, what about Skybus? Running out of Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. You guys remember that? Let's go to the other side here. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. Look back there. Oh, that's nice. Here, let's go to the engine. Oh, yeah. That's pretty. First time I did this route, I had just gotten the ortho put in, and I noticed when I was coming in, there was like no ortho. And it took me reinstalling Utah to get it correct. Because we leave Denver, we fly over majority of Utah, southern Utah, and then we come in and we nip Arizona on the way into Las Vegas. And so I could not for the life of me go, I was like, where the heck am I? I had to get out the Pilatus. I had to get out the PC-12, go to Moab, Utah, that area, and I had to fly around until I could figure out where the line was, where it stopped. And I had to figure out where I was in relation to the map. And it took a little bit to get it all figured out, but I got it re-downloaded and reinstalled, and it all worked well. I had problems with Texas too, with Eastern Texas, more specifically the tiles that Will Rogers or Oklahoma City was on top of. It kept erroring out without any notification too. So I ended up re-downloading East Texas and Arizona, Utah, and fixing up southern Utah to where it worked again. See, I love these rock formations. It's so beautiful. Look, there's the edge of a tile. You can tell there's an edge of a tile. I mean, it's still ortho, but you can tell the color difference. But yep, now we're getting into that rocky plateau, Arizona arid look. Look at that. Oh, it's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. Let's see how we're doing in time-wise. quite a while before our topic is set. Let's take a look. What's that? 156? That's just beautiful. Just gonna kind of let you guys enjoy this view here for a little bit. We'll let you guys enjoy this view. Oh man, our view is getting ready to be obscured by all these scattered cloud layers. That's no fun. But I've enjoyed that view. I can't imagine anyone who doesn't enjoy looking at the mountains over Southwest America. Like it's just beautiful area. I just can't imagine someone would go, nah, it doesn't look good. Because that'd be a damn lie is what it would be. Let's see. What do we call them? Let's see. Like Dominguez Escalante National Conservation Area. Canyonlands. That's where Moab is. Moab. Capitol Reef National Park. Hanksville is where I took Alpha out of. I went towards Moab. Glen Canyon, Grand Staircase, Escalante National Monument. These are the areas we're going to be kind of flying over. Fish Lake National Forest. What is that? That is Mount Pennell. Fish Lake High Top, Monroe Peak. Mount Wilson, Mount Sneffels. Can I please name a mountain? That is hilariously awesome. Mount Sneffels. New YouTube channel. Mount Sneffels. But anyway, beautiful area. Just absolutely beautiful area. So yeah, if you were to, well, let's say this. If you were to fly anywhere in the Southwest U.S., where would you be flying? Would you be doing like I'm doing, Las Vegas? Where would you go? I'm curious. Let's see. I honestly, guys, I think I've been flight simming for. Wow. Let me think about this. Hold on. 15 years? 16, 17? Yeah, it's going to be about 17 years. Anyway, point is, in 17 years, I've continued to always go to Las Vegas. I don't know what it is about Las Vegas that I absolutely love. But even before I had ortho, I would always go to Las Vegas. Maybe because internally, like on the inside, I want to go gamble all my money away. Maybe I want to go down the strip picking up every paper placard that a guy hands me and call the number. Maybe because I want a lifetime supply of Blue Man Group. I'm not really sure if any of those are true, but I do know that I'm always going to Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas. I think I don't know a lot about the area in general. Tangent, people. I don't know a lot about the area of Portland, but I really like Portland, Oregon too. And I'm not sure if it's just the beauty of the Pacific Northwest that draws me there, but I could fly between Las Vegas and Portland all day long. I just love the terrain. I think it is. I think I love the terrain. I love the almost randomness of the mountains and the hills of Portland. And I like how Las Vegas was sort of, it almost looks like it was bore out of the mountains. Just, they happen to go, well, there's a peak over there. There's a peak over there. And there's a giant ass river and lake right back there. This seems like a good place to settle. You know, I don't know. I just enjoy it. So, Portland I can go to. Las Vegas I can fly to all the time. Not so much Seattle. Although Seattle is nice. It gives you the same feel. The mountains are nice there too. And I know for a fact in this ortho it looks freaking fantastic. Like flying by Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens. What's the other one that's up there? Mount Adams? Yeah, Mount Adams. As you're coming in, you'll see Mount Adams, you'll see St. Helens, and then you'll see Rainier. And you'll come into the Tacoma area when you're coming into Seattle. And I work for shipping logistics, so like container shipping, so your ocean carriers. And the interesting thing is now when I see ortho scenery, I can kind of point out. I like to go by the coastlines and look for container yards because I deal with those container yards on a daily basis. And since I deal with the container yards on a daily basis, it's kind of cool to be able to go fly around and actually see what I deal with. To actually, feel like I've been there. Feel like I know what you're talking about. I know what road you're coming off of and why you're stuck there. Like stuff like that. It makes it feel good. Speaking of that, am I the creep? Is this creepy? I took ortho when I installed Florida. When I installed the Florida ortho, I went to Daytona Beach, and the first thing I did is I went and I looked at the Daytona International Speedway. The second thing I did is I found A1A, okay, A1A Boulevard, which is essentially the road that runs all the way down the beach on the East Coast. I also made sure I found International Drive, which is right by the Daytona International Speedway. And then I went and I found my grandmother has passed away, and my aunt took over her house. My grandmother's house, which I will call it and refer to as such, my grandmother's house was right across from the beach, right across the A1A. So there's a housing community with a pool. The road that separates the houses from the hotels, A1A Boulevard. And then on the other side of the hotels, obviously, is the beach. They were literally right there. That's how close they were. There was walking distance, and I mean true walking distance, to the beach. The $1 million mansions didn't even have true walking distance. They were a half mile back up the other side of the road. They had access to the inlet, which then had access to the ocean. But we were like walking distance to the ocean. Anyway, I decided I'm going to go find that. I'm going to go find her home. That's what I did. I went south after getting International Boulevard. I looked at where it would come off over the beach, and I made my right-hand turn because I know that Daytona Beach Shores is on the south end of Daytona Beach. So A1A area is almost like central, and then there's a little bit north, and then you have south, which is Daytona Beach Shores. Anyway, so I made a right-hand turn. As I made that right-hand turn, I looked down, and I've seen satellite images of my grandmother's house before, because I've looked before, and they all have this bright white, I forget what kind of roofing it is. It's like those shells. I forget what the kind of roofing it is, but it's like those shells, those half circle, shells, those crescent shells. I forget what they're called. Anyways, they have that kind of roof, but they're not red like your typical roofs like that. They were white. And so in the satellite photo, it's just bright white area. And so you see a bunch of white roofed homes. And yeah, it's like an old folks living area. So there's a bunch of houses that are very similar, all nestled. So I saw that and I was like, that could be it. And then I looked across the street and there were red roofs. The red roofs are the traditional stone or tile or whatever the hell kind of roof it is. They have the traditional style, and there's about 8 different apartment buildings, and I know that it's right across the street. And so I was like, oh snap, there it is. I found my grandma's house. So is it creepy, that long story for this, is it creepy that I sent that to my aunt, who currently lives in that home? Like, hey, BT Dub, I was on Flight Simulator. BT Dub, this is what your house looks like from above. Like, is that weird? Let me know in the comment. Let me know in the chat if you think that's weird. But she was like, that is so cool. I was like, I know it's cool. Like, it's amazing that I can fly over my own home. I can fly over your home. You know, that's crazy to me. How are we doing up here, guys? Let's take a look. About 35 from Gap. What's after Gap? Okay, we got still quite a ways before our drop. That's alright. Beautiful area though. Look at that. All those clouds have gotten out of the way. Now it's just beautiful out here. Maybe not there. But definitely out here. I love ortho scenery, guys. If you have not adopted to get ortho scenery, spend $50. Grab a 1 terabyte hard drive. Hell, spend 80 to 100 and grab 2 to 3 terabytes. And get a good sizable portion of the United States, or if you're in Europe, get a good sizable portion of Europe completed. It's just fantastic. I get very spoiled because I'll be like, you know, let's fly back somewhere else. Let's go. I live in Houston, so it's like, let's go to Louisiana. Let's go to New Orleans. I love flying to New Orleans. I think it's a great idea. Problem is, I don't have Louisiana for ortho yet. I don't have the space for it right now. I've got to get myself another hard drive. And so I'm like, no, I'll pass. I'm not gonna fly anywhere that doesn't have ortho. And then I get spoiled and I realize, wow, how much of a, like, am I really pointing my nose up? And am I too good to fly to New Orleans just because there's no ortho? But you do. You get very spoiled. Yep, so if you don't know who's playing, look at the bottom right-hand corner. You'll see the name of the artist and the song itself. This one's called Raven Link. It's by Alive featuring Kaver, whatever. Next one is, this one is MK2. The song is Hey Now. But I wanted to make a point that if I'm going to have music playing in the background, one, it's got to be royalty free, obviously. But two, I want to make sure they're getting credit on, you know, they want us to make sure they get credit. And no matter whether I'm playing it or not, you need to know who it is. So I made sure I put it down there at the bottom so you could check it out and download it if you want. So speaking of ortho, earlier, the one thing I have not done I have not done California at all. And I probably won't do California for a while. I have this sneaky suspicion that California is going to be a lot of space. Like the Midwest. No. The Mid-Atlantic. When I did Mid-Atlantic, because I'm using 4 keys. I'm using 4 keys ortho. The Mid-Atlantic was probably 120 gigs. It was sizable. So I hear this banging. Okay, so I have 3 kids. I hear this banging, and it sounds like, honestly, I thought my wife was in the kitchen putting things away and just getting annoyed and frustrated at whatever she was doing and banging the crap out of the dishes while she was trying to put them back away in the cupboard. But no, I walk out there, my wife's nowhere to be seen, and I'm like, what the heck? I look in the living room. My kids have on this stream, and my daughter is hitting a giant pot with a wooden mallet. Like, I'm like, why are you hitting? Like, I don't know if you could hear it, guys, obviously, but I could hear it, and it was so distracting that I had to walk out there. That's why it was quiet for a while. Because I had to go out there and reprimand them and tell them not to hit the pot with a wooden spoon or mallet and to turn off my stream, because they're like, why do we have to turn off the stream? And I'm like, I do not want you to be streaming what I'm sending out. Like, that is ridiculous. Probably wouldn't have a huge effect, no. But I was like, dude. Well, if you don't have kids, good. Let's take another look out here, guys. We're getting close here, guys. We're getting real close. $40 less than 40, about less than a little over 40 miles. That's nice. All right, so let's go ahead and while we're waiting, let's go ahead and check that the METAR again. And here, I'll try to make it to where you guys can be a part of it. Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull this from here, that, I'll print the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an image out of it, and I'm going to throw it in that file bay, and I'm going to see if we can see it. Because if we can see it, then you'll be able to, you'll be able to read it with me, and then I won't be staring out a window and talking to myself about something only I can see. You'll be able to see it too, and be all a part of it. Okay, so I'll do that, then I'm going to save it as... Sure. That's fine. We're going to put it under Navitab Charts. Yes. Okay, let's see if we can actually pull it up in Navitab. Go up one directory, go to Charts. Can we bring up that image? There's the image. There we go. Okay. Okay, cool, guys. So let's check this out together. How far are we? Okay, we gotta do it quick. Okay, Las Vegas. This was 0056 Zulu. That's what we were looking for. 200 at 11. 10 section miles of visibility. View clouds at 12,000, 5,000, 8. Altimeter 2976. We'll have to make note of that. Okay, we are going to be landing here relatively soon. I wonder when these gusts are coming in. I wonder when these are going to start happening. If we're just getting 11 knots, I think we should... We'll stick to runway 19er. We'll stick with what we've got. We'll do the RNAV, we'll go visual at the very end, and we'll stick with what we've got. We could technically go to runway 25 left. Is it 25 or is it 26 now? I think it's 26. Let's go find out. Airports, Las Vegas. Reno, 26s. So we could technically do 26 left, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do 26 left with wind basically beating from this end. I just don't want those gusts to push us and then... Plus, what would you guys rather have? I mean, like, maybe if you're watching, we can community decide here. Let's see. Visual 19er left with the RNAV. Visual. Let's do this. So, what are we thinking, guys? Are we thinking RNAV to visual for runway 19er, or RNAV to visual runway 26 left? What are we thinking? We've got a little bit to decide, but we kind of need to make that decision fairly soon. So here's the argument. We go to site. After site, do I not have it? After site, we end up going direct to Hamig, then Joe Mug, Ronv or whatever, and then we're visual in for runway 19er left. The wind again is coming 200 at 11 with possible gusts to 19. I haven't seen it on the actual METAR yet. If you remember, the latest METAR still had it steady wind at 11. We can do 26 left with a steady wind at 11. But, do we want to do that visual? RNAV to visual runway 19er or RNAV to visual runway 26 left? Pros of doing 1.9er, more direct headwind. Okay. Pros of doing 2.6 left, we're closer to the gate where we're gonna stop. You know, I think I'm gonna opt for the longer taxi. We're gonna keep it the way it is. 1.9er left is going to be our arrival. Alright, so we're coming up pretty close here, guys. If you take a look here, we can go ahead and push her to go down here a little bit. And what is our first altitude restriction? Shush. I know I need to put that in. What's our first restriction? 10,000 at sight. Let's put that in and say yes, please. Let's go ahead and put in our arrival information. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and pick up our chart again. What was it? Heavy tab, charts. Down at the bottom. Son of a gun, dude. Okay. It was 20011. 10 statute miles of visibility. View clouds 1200 or 12,000 to 5,000. Temperature 28. Altimeter 29er 76. Let's put that in. Next phase 29er 76. Right? 29er 76. Temperature 28. Wind magnitude 20011. Hopefully not gusting. Okay, decision height. If it is gusting, we're going to keep flaps 3. We're not going to go full four flaps. We're not going to do flaps 4. We'll do a flap 3 configuration. Decision height. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got to go back to our... Dang it, I always do that. We go here, airports, and our arrival. Let's check this out. Let's see, straight in, one right left, minimum decision altitude is 22,760. I'm scrolling up so I can read everything. Excuse me. Vegas, these are not relevant to us right now. Airport elevation 2,181, touchdown zones 2,112. MDA is 2,640, minimum altitude 4,300. Final approach course is 204. Okay, we're looking, still looking. Hammock, Jogmu, Ranvi, and then Jabna. When we get to Jabna, Jabna's about a mile off. Okay. So let's say 2,760 or 648 feet. So let's do our MDA 2,760. Our decision height. Doesn't really give me my decision height. Maybe I'm not thinking right now. Maybe I'm not thinking about it correctly, but there should still be a decision height. Minimum descent altitude 2,760. Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and Click out of that. Let's go ahead and lower our music back down. What do you think? There we go. Turn it back off because we're going to be busy here, fellas. We're going to be busy. So we put in our information. We put in our destination information. Looks so pretty. If I could just, if there was a way for me to just have a wing view constantly, I would. All right, next steps are, let's open this up a little bit. Casino, then Zig. All right. Where are we at? 21,000 feet? Okay, does anybody remember what that altimeter was supposed to be? Let's come down here, check it. 2976. Let's go ahead and pop that in. 2976. Very good, very good. Let's go ahead and arm our speed brakes. We'll wait on flaps, we'll wait on everything else. There's other stuff we have to do, but we'll wait on it. We've got our subs cleared down to about 10,000 feet. So we'll need to make sure we remember to lower that. I believe this is... Lake Mead is right here, in case you didn't know. So it's really weird. No. I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. So this is the Colorado River, right? Colorado River, right? This is Lake Mead. So if you've ever heard of that, you ever heard, like, you ever go to Arizona, there's like Arizona Troopers, these shows that you see, they're on Lake Mead. They're on the National Parks and Wildlife officers. That's where they're at, with all those partiers. Lake Mead. And there's another one in, I forget what it is, it's like Reno, I forget the lake. Havasu, Lake Havasu, something like that. Anyway, same sort of thing. But this is Lake Mead, right over here in this corner, and we'll fly over it. This is the Colorado River. And around this corner, you can't actually see it, but that's where the Hoover Dam would be. $15,000 feet. Ground spoilers armed, seatbelts still on, no smoking, still on. Since we're going to be approaching 10,000, I will go ahead and I'm going to turn on my landing lights early, my taxi lights, turn everything on early. Because my biggest pet peeve, not really pet peeve, my biggest difficulty is forgetting to turn on simple stuff like that when I'm landing. Because if I'm at the very end of a landing or very end of the approach and I'm about to land, I always forget the landing lights. I have no idea why. So, okay. We're going to get zig and then sight. Now normally sight, we would make a sharp left-hand turn and we would actually come up here. We'd pass Lake Mead, we'd come up here and make a left-hand turn into the city basin. We'll make a left-hand turn here and then another right-hand turn into the basin. But we're not. We're going to turn early. We're going to go back over this way. We got to be careful of those mountains as well, that we don't end up hitting them. So we need to be careful. Let's turn on terrain on. our terrain awareness on, just to be sure. But we should be okay. We should be fine. We should go in this area, not over here, into the high area. Doo-doo-doo, 12,500 feet. Let's get out of this bird. All right. Let's bring it down. We'll set it for 6 so that it can do its thing, and we don't have to worry about it. It's going to stay at 12 until a little bit after zig, and then it'll drop down again for sight. Let's listen to it go by, huh? One more time. I do like the way the bird looks in this livery, guys. I know I said that before, but I do like the way the new United livery looks. Again, do I think it's special? Do I think they tried real hard on it? No, I don't. But I do like it. Call me easy to please, but I do like the livery. Now, is it livery or livery? Because I've heard it pronounced both ways. I think it'd be livery or livery, right? Come on, I'm staying in this outward, I'm staying in this external view waiting on this right-hand turn that seems to just not want to come. Here it is, finally. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so it looks like we're right in the middle. This is really good. We've got mountain on the left, mountain on the right, but we're going straight down the middle here. We should not be affected by it. But we're going to be dropping low here. Let's see, what was our minimum descent altitude? Was 2,760. So let's set that up here, 2,000. 2,700. We'll go auto brake. We'll go auto brake 1 because we're gonna be getting off the runway a little later. So I know that sounds weird, but I meant later than normal. We're not trying to hit it and come to a complete stop super fast. Let's see if I can show you again. I'm only going to put one in because when we hit 1.9 or left, we want to continue to roll till Victor, and only then exit on Victor to Whiskey, Golf, then Charlie, all the way down to Charlie, I think 5, and then up and around to our gate. That's the plan. Here's where we are. This is where we are compared to the actual approach. Going to hammock. Alright, so now we're at like 200, so we're going to put in some flaps here. Because we know there's Las Vegas right there. Oh, it's going to come real quick, guys. That runway is right there. So this is going to come quick. We're just going slow, baby. Okay. Speed brake arm flaps are coming out. They will be full in a moment. Landing lights are on. Gear is not down, but will be. Next bit of flaps. Here we go. Looking purty. What is this? That's a weird road structure. I wonder if maybe they were building new homes or something, and so the road is there, but that's not. I don't know. It's just weird. That's weird. Oh dang, that's Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Ah, dang, I didn't know it was that close. Check it out, guys. Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Can you tell I watch NASCAR? Alright, we're making that left-hand turn now. We're over Henderson. I think that's what this is. We're going to make a left-hand turn now. Go 3 and stay at 3. Here we go. We're at 3 degrees of flaps. Okay, we're going to let the airplane continue to fly for a little bit. As we get a little bit lower, I'll take control. We'll do the visual. Sit up in my chair and get ready. Airbuses, I tend to smack into the ground. I don't know why it's so troublesome for me, but it is. Dropping gear. Which, how are we at flaps 3 but without gear in the first place, you know? Las Vegas suburbs. Oh, cool, like, must be like a high school. That's cool. There's a baseball field and a football field. That's nice. The little things you learn with the ortho, right? Still a little bit too far out. You know, this is the quickest this thing has wanted to slow down in a very long time. I don't know why it was all of a sudden like, whoa, hold your horses, slow it down, slow it down. Right. I'm not complaining, really. Alright. What do you think? I should hand fly from here, guys? What do you think? Hand fly? Look at this thing. It's oscillating like a mug. Alright. Down we go.
2,500.
You got it, boss. There we go. At this point, I can kind of watch for the runway itself.
2,000.
2,000 checked. Okay, and we do have a visual on the runway. Nose down just a little bit more. Very stable. Wind is 220 at 10. 221 at 10. So that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted a nice stable approach. Put a little bit of trim in there. Alright, so cabin check. Flaps are not going to be full, they're going to be flap 3 configuration. Are we high? I cannot really tell. Go forward a little bit. Yeah, 1 dot high. Okay. Drop just a little bit. We're 1 dot high.
$1,000.
There's 2 dots. Very nice. Make sure we put in a little more aft, some nose up trim to keep that stable. I don't want to go 3 red, but I don't want to keep going too high too. So we got a slight turn, line up with the runway. Put my nose down here. Finish that line up. There we go. And I know I'm going to get pushed
500.
to the right. Oh, now it's 190 at 10. It's right down the runway, guys. Right down the
400.
runway. Very nice. Press this
300.
button. There we go. Stop it. Hey,
Too low, flaps.
yes, I know. You think I'm supposed to be in
Too
flaps
low,
4.
flaps.
But I'm not doing flaps 4. I'm doing a flaps 3
Too low,
approach.
flaps.
Gosh.
100.
Too low, flaps.
50. 40. 30. Retard. 10.
Go.
5.
There we go. That was decent. That was decent. In the buses, that was decent for me. I'm usually horrible, so I'm happy with that. That's not too bad. Alright. Very nice. Disconnected. Disconnected. Very cool. Vegas. Back. Airport info. I think it went a little long. We missed Victor. It's alright, we'll take Bravo. go. There we go. Bravo, come on. There we go. Alright, we'll take Bravo. Alrighty. So, what did you guys think? That was a nice landing when we come to a stop here. I won't clean up the aircraft. We'll go and we'll relive this real quick. We'll relive all the greatness that was that landing. Put in the parking brake here. Back over here. Lower those down. Let's back up here a little bit, huh? Let's relive this landing. All right, that's good enough. Let's go left passenger wing view here. Left wing view. Okay, that was me. Quick rudder control. Kicked it to the right a little bit. Got it straight down the runway. There we go. Little flare. Ooh, what was that? 83, that's not bad. That wasn't bad at all. I'm very happy with that. Considering last time I was like at a 600 or something. Hey, that wasn't bad at all. That wasn't bad at all. Let's go back to the overwing on the right hand side. And we'll see how that did. Back up a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, hey Vegas, how you doing? Oh, that sunset over the strip, it looks nice. Last minute correction. Was me kicking it to the right. Not bad. Not bad. Ground's approaching. Man, these landings sound a lot rougher than they are. Mandalay Bay, what's up, baby? Nice. There's New York, New York. Alright, let's back her up. Let's do it again. This time we're going to watch out the left-hand side in front of the engine. We'll check out the left-hand side in front of the engine. That should be good right there. The left-hand side in front of the engine. Decent, right? Okay, let's back it up. Go here. Well, from a distance, we'll watch her. See how she does. Stable. Nice. Nice. That sure was pretty. That was pretty. That was real nice. As Forrest Gump would say, that was real nice. That was real nice. Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. Let's go here. You want to watch from this direction? Okay. Do it from right here. Get a right kick of the rudder. Straightened up. Left aileron flattened us out. Going straight down the runway from there. Nice. A little right of center line. So I would prefer to do better next time and be right on center line. But I'll take it. We got a little bit of a taxi. Got a little bit of taxi to go before we get this baby shut down. Whoops, wrong way. Come back over here and we'll ride in the passenger side of our best friend's ride. Let's get moving here. Let's get moving. Alright, let's clean up our flaps. Let's clean up our slats. Or not our flaps and slats, but our speed brakes. We're currently on Bravo. We could just follow Bravo all the way down to Charlie 5. That's what we'll do. Without running off the road here. Without running off the taxi. Alright. Did a great job. Let's go ahead and turn on an APU master switch. Then the APU goes on. Runway lights are off. Taxiway turn-off lights are off. Nose light can go to taxi. Are we all alone in Las Vegas tonight? X Life doesn't have anything going on here? Doesn't look like it. This is Bravo 5. Yeah. Man, we're like Southwest taxiing right now, 36 knots. We're kicking butt. We're like, chow, chow. Why are there no aircraft? I thought X-Life would have had some on the ground here. That's okay. Charlie 6. And this is Charlie 5. We're going to turn left to Charlie 5. And then we're going to follow this all the way around. Remember, we're going to be at Delta 50 or Delta 51, something like that. Excuse me, beep beep. Excuse me. Yeah, there's like no one here. Excuse me, Vegas. Anyone home? Anyone at all? There's a lot of people working for not a lot of aircraft. That's what I'm finding out here. A lot of people working for I don't know what reason. But that's okay. I'd rather be alone Then have a bunch of aircraft that I gotta try to figure out where to park. I guess that's why I wanted to know where I was going, so I knew where to put traffic. That now makes more sense to me. Alright, we gotta come in here because our gate is this one, second one on the right. There we go. That's her right there. Beep, 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 beep. Slow it down. Slow it down. There we go, there's our marshaller. Whoa. Yeah, we'll come left a little bit. There we go. Straight. I need to slow down because I don't want to overdo it. Yes, sir, I'm coming. Alright, perfect, guys. Great job. Okay, is APU on? I've got the bleed going. Fantastic. We can come down here and cut our power. Alright, very nice, very nice. Okay. Got a marshaller out there telling us we're good to go. We will now come into our menu. We've got our what do you call it? We got the engines off. We've got APU on. So now we can actually open up our doors. And we can let these guys start taking our stuff. Let's get here to ground handling. Let's get these guys back. Alright, so I want to thank everybody who did take time to stop in and say hello, to stop in and actually watch. I can't tell you how much I actually enjoyed flying here and flying on Wednesdays. I'll see you guys on Saturday. On Saturday at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is our time, guys. I believe Saturday at 10 a.m. we are doing our flight from let's see, I believe it's the one that's going from Dallas to Midland with continued service to Albuquerque. That's right. So Saturday morning we're getting into the Boeing 737-700, specifically the Texas 1 livery, and we are going to be a Southwest captain for the morning. 10 a.m. we are going to depart from Dallas to Midland, and then with continued service on to Albuquerque, landing a mile high above sea level again, about 5,000 some odd feet. All right, and then then Saturday night we'll be back again, and we'll be leaving Las Vegas, and we'll be heading to Portland in the 737-700, the Canyon Blue retro livery for Southwest. I'm also excited for that one. So I'll see you guys on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. sharp, guys. Let's try to be there, and we'll do this again.